Last May, I stood in this Parliament and told the people of Victoria that the 2009 state budget was about jobs. I said that the budget was about securing jobs for Victorians in the middle of the world's worst economic downturn in many decades, and that it aimed to deliver up to 35,000 jobs over the coming year by investing in infrastructure and stimulating economic activity. Standing here again 1 year later, I am proud and pleased to say that there is absolutely no doubt that the Brumby Labor government has well and truly delivered on that commitment. Over the past 12 months, almost 100,000 new jobs have been created in Victoria. We've recorded the highest full-time jobs growth of any state and accounted for almost half of all new jobs created nationwide. Victoria is now undeniably the engine room of Australia's jobs growth. No other state comes close. And Speaker, this is not just a dry statistic. It is 100,000 real jobs created here in Victoria, jobs that did not exist at this time last year. It's income and security for Victorian families. It's new opportunities for Victorian workers. It's local businesses with the confidence and capacity to employ more people. Speaker, those 100,000 new Victorian jobs have not happened by accident. From day one, this government has pursued an active reform agenda aimed at building a more diverse and competitive economy, attributes that have seen Victoria through the worst of the global financial crisis while generating new business opportunities and jobs. From day one, this government has made the call to invest in job-securing, productive infrastructure for the benefit of all Victorians, and we have sustained that investment during the global downturn. From day one, this government has kept Victoria's budget in the black while cutting taxes and improving services for Victorian families. These actions have underpinned Victoria's resilience and strong jobs growth during some of the toughest economic conditions in many, many years. The outlook is still uncertain, but Victorians can be very confident that our state is well placed and well prepared to take advantage of a global economic recovery. Our economy is in good shape, our financial position sound. Speaker, last year's state budget was framed in very difficult circumstances, in the middle of the global financial crisis and in the aftermath of the devastating 2009 bushfires. As well as the terrible loss of lives in the fires, more than 2,000 buildings were destroyed and 430,000 hectares burnt. While recovery from the fires will take many years, Victoria has invested more than $1.1 billion in a massive clean-up and reconstruction task in supporting people, businesses and communities affected by the fires and in preparing for future fires. The global financial crisis also continues to have an impact on Victoria's budget position. Economic activity and GST and taxation revenue have still not recovered to the levels forecast prior to the crisis, and therefore this revenue remains over $3 billion lower than forecast in the 2008-9 budget. The uncertainty and unevenness of the global recovery also creates ongoing challenges for managing the state's finances. Despite this, Victoria's economy is forecast to grow by 3.25% in 10-11, although growth is expected to remain below trend in 9-10 due to the lingering effects of the global financial crisis. Our budget position also remains sound, and the government continues to deliver substantial budget operating surpluses, $872 million in 10-11 and averaging $1.2 billion over the following 3 years. Speaker, today's surpluses are tomorrow's infrastructure. That is why so much uncertainty and some big challenge. That's why, with so much uncertainty and some big challenges ahead, the Brumby Labor government continues to budget for and deliver surpluses, making sure that we can directly fund the projects Victoria needs for its future. Net debt, both as a percentage of our economy and in actual dollar terms, will be lower than forecast in last year's budget. This sound budget position, combined with the resilience of our economy, means that Victoria has been able to avoid the substantial tax increases during the global financial crisis, giving our businesses a competitive edge at a time when they needed all the help they could get. During the global financial crisis, the government believed it was more responsible to invest in infrastructure and jobs than to cut taxes. With the global outlook improving, We have brought tax reform back to the table, delivering a $223 million cut to taxes over the next 4 years. We are cutting the payroll tax rate to 4.9%, effective from 1 July 2010, the 7th payroll tax cut delivered by this government, and taking Victoria's payroll tax to the lowest it has been since 1975.